Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of the cat tutorial. In this video, we'll do the tail, the heart, the assembly, and the finishing details of the cat. First, we're going to do the tail. We're going to start at the back of the tail and work forwards. So we'll be starting with the secondary color and then doing color changes. So for this cat, my secondary color is blue. And in round 1, it's 6 single crochet in a magic ring. Pull the ring tight. And as always, I'm using a stitch marker in the last stitch of each round. In round 2, we start with 2 single crochet, and then an increase, and just fold the piece back as you're working here. And we do that again, 2 single crochet followed by an increase. This brings the total of round 2 up to 8 stitches. In round 3, we're doing 8 single crochet around, but stop before you do the last stitch of the round because we're going to do a color change. So here's my last stitch of the round, and I'm stopping before I'm pulling through the final loop. To do the color change, I just like to twist the new color over the old color before pulling it through. And then I'll work over those ends with a few stitches. But you can do the color change however you like. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of 8 single crochet around. So that's rounds 4 to 5. But stop before you do the last stitch of round 5 because we're going to do a color change. Here's the last stitch of round 5, and we're going to change back to the secondary color. Now we're doing 2 rounds of 8 single crochet around. So that's rounds 6 to 7. But once again, at the end of round 7, we're going to do a color change. And here's the last stitch of round 7, and we're going to change back to the body color. Now we're doing 2 rounds of 8 single crochet around, so that's rounds 8 to 9. At this point we are done with the color changes. After round 9, you can remove the stitch marker. And at this point you can stuff the tail halfway if you like, but in my case all the tails from the color changes are enough. Now we're going to flatten the top and do single crochets across both sides of the top to close it. Close and cut the yarn, leaving a bit of a tail for sewing onto the body later. Now we're going to crochet the heart. So with the pink yarn, we do a slip knot and then chain 4. We're going to be doing all our stitches in the 4th chain from the hook, which is also that first chain. We start with a treble crochet, so yarn over twice, insert the hook into that chain stitch, yarn over and pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops. That was our first treble crochet, and we're going to do another one. Remember, all our stitches are going into that same chain stitch. Then we do 3 double crochet. So to double crochet, it's a yarn over, insert the hook into that chain stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, and yarn over, pull through the final 2 loops. Now we do another 2 double crochet, so that makes 3 double crochet in total. Chain 1, do a treble crochet into that same stitch, chain 1, do 3 double crochet back into that same stitch, then 2 treble crochet, chain 3, then slip stitch back into that same stitch. Then we can cut the yarn, leaving a tail for sewing onto the belly. At this point, I like to take the tail to the back and then tie the tails together. First we're going to sew on the tail, and I like to have the tail about 6 or 7 rounds from the very base of the cat. But you can place it a bit higher if you prefer. First, grab a stitch from the body, go up into a stitch of the tail, and then down into the next stitch of the tail, and repeat this all the way across. Then I like to grab that last stitch again, go through to the other side and grab that first stitch again. Then you can just insert the tail into the body and bring it through to a few different places to secure it. Now we're going to embroider the nose and mouth. I like to place it right between the eyes and I do 5 simple stitches like so. You might need to play around with these stitches until you get the placement the way that you like. At the end, I like to bring the tails together and then tie them together and weave them in. Next we're going to do the whiskers, and they're placed like so. For the whiskers, I like to split the yarn first so it's a bit thinner. I place the first whisker in line with the eye, just 2 stitches away from the eye. And the whisker is about 4 stitches long. The second whisker goes just below it. Then repeat the same steps on the other side. Once again, tie the tails together and weave in the ends. Now we're going to embroider the stripes on the side of the body. And you can place these however you like, but I like the stripes to span about 4 stitches and be about 2 rounds apart. Lastly, we're going to sew on the heart. So first I like to take the shorter tail and just insert that where I want the heart to go. Then we're going to sew in place using the long tail. If you like, you can sew all the way around the heart, but I just like to grab a stitch at each point of the heart. And that is your cat completed. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.